think I was really, really happy to have gone through that small piece of education, that to take me through like what are the perks, what are the do's and don'ts, what are the pros and cons of having this data initiative. And it's all through till 2020, but the lady did not tell me how long, 20, like the specific time in 2020. But I feel like us as ladies, especially in this time and era where we have so much access to information, we have so much access to our abilities. Like for example, it's not like in olden days where somebody would tell you, don't be a hairdresser, it's sloppy, don't be this, don't be that. Like nowadays people are educating themselves on YouTube. And like the lady who makes my nails, she literally learned how to do her nails. She's very good at acrylics and stick-ons and all that, the gel applications and all that, and she learned that through YouTube. She was an accountant and decided to drop and say, you know what, my passion is in the beauty industry. And I feel like somebody like that, if you had access to these small monies, because I'm not talking about millions. Yes, there are those people who run businesses worth millions. But imagine if you had an idea and started a business with you or your friends, or even a chama with your friends, and you're able to go to the bank and show them, listen, we have this idea, we've been running this for 3 months, this is the returns we've been getting, and we believe if we apply for an amount of maybe 400,000, we could do 1, 2, 3, 4, which would guarantee an incremental revenue reflection when it comes to our earnings. And I think that to me is amazing, that women can be able to access such a proper accolade to their jobs when it comes to just a clap and say you're earning 25,000. If we give you 150,000, you are probably going to make 20k more. So I believe like this whole loan thing, I know most young people, like I believe me growing up, I used to tell my mom, loan, never. Like me and madeni, sipendi madeni. Because even when I have a 500 bob, yam too, that right now I have 1,000 bob, ya kazini yangu shit. Like I feel like I'm stressed, I'm fidgety, and my mom sat me down and told me, listen, the only way to get ahead, yes, you can save for years and years, but there comes a time where your business needs an investor. And that's why some people join chamas. It's not necessarily going to the bank. You can join a chama, you can go approach somebody, because I have people who've told me, I have this rich aunt who I'll go pitch to, this is my idea, my starting capital that I need is 300, but the projection of what I'm going to make is around 15% more, and this is how we can revenue share and stuff like that. And I feel like once you get somebody to believe in your business, whether it's you or yourself, and for example for me, if I'm running my business by myself and I have access to a soft loan that can be able to save me loads, for example when I'm paying staff, if I'm paying around a team of 15 people who in wages, not even salaries, I'm able to get money to push the project, so that when the project is over, my client is able to see that done and dusted, this person executed nicely, the numbers and the sales came in, or whatever business you're in, and now here's your payment. And then now you go back and pay, because I feel like that gives you a head start and that confidence to know that I can run this business without necessarily feeling like nitakwama, so long as you've arranged your financial plans very properly, and you're not those sneaky people who borrow money and then don't give back. Because I feel like that's also another thing. Like most people now, because of these small loan companies that are there, I'm not saying that they are bad, but I feel like you need to work on your credit score. Because I feel like Kenyans just run, we are like, I can fuliza, just like that. And it's like, no, like if you can fuliza and get 800 bob and get it back, pay it back, so that your credit score goes increasing, so that even the day you walk to a bank, like so long as you've reached the other qualifications, they're able to see this is a person, if we give 300,000, they're more likely to give it back. You feel me? And things like CRB won't get up to you, because I know there are so many people who've been listed in CRB. I have been listed. I'm not saying I'm special. I've been listed because I had an insurance of 2,000 shillings, but I learned my lesson. Like I paid it and I don't want to be listed again. So that ensures the day I need that facility again, these people trust me enough to give back. But I feel like the education around how accessible it is, because I feel like most people are stuck to their jobs, or maybe have a business idea in their heads but never want to execute because they feel, hey, nitatoa pesa wapi, hey, capital ndio shida. But I feel like if we have this small, if you can save up and start your business, and you're able to run it in a very smart way, and you're able to walk to a bank and tell them what you do and show them how much you've been earning, and they're able to give you more to invest, to reinvest back, and you're not borrowing money to go Hennessying, whatever that is, like popping bottles. You're borrowing money to plug it back into your business, so that when it yields, you go back to the bank and say, you remember you gave me 150,000, here it is. Now next time they won't give you 150, you'll go expand, the bandwidth grows and it grows and it grows. And I just feel like it is so important for young mamas to know that, and it will break us away from this norm of borrowing money all the time, or not being able to pursue your dreams because you fear that you'll not have enough. Like if we learn to educate ourselves on different banks, and it could not necessarily be the Dada campaign, it could be anything that maybe Coop has, Stanchart, every bank, like, and I see like any bank you bank with, like just go to your bank and educate yourself about business, like what packs do you have for your bankers. Like I bank with you, what, apart from you having giving me a bank account, what else is accessible to me that can grow me as a business person, and what can make me achieve my dreams faster in facility with what you're giving me. So I feel I'm learning every day. I'm not saying I'm perfect, I'm not saying like I'm a professional, but the small things that I've learned through like opening my bank account, knowing what comes with it, what doesn't, what makes my credit score stronger, how do I deal with borrowing, how much can I borrow, how much months do I have to pay back, and just that financial planning. I feel like it gives you such a distinct way of working, because you know, as much as you do not have cash in hand, liquid cash, your business is moving and there's a will. I don't know whether you understand, like there is a will. So when I went to Stanvik, I felt empowered. One, I felt that I knew a bit more when I walked out than when I walked in. And even if like I'm not able to access the amount I want, I'm able to know why. You know, I'm able to have my facts right to know if I begin a business, I need to run it for at least 6 months for me to build that confidence that the business is with a good foundation, has been running, has running operations. It's not just a stalled company. And I feel like with all this access to women, and I'm so proud of women nowadays, like Kitambo, most people didn't have access to these things, but I feel like there's a longer journey for us to know what is acceptable and what has been given out to us. You know, like if a bank is telling you you've been given 20 billion shillings to give to Kenyan women, I beg to ask, like, how many women actually know about this? Like, how accessible is this loan? Or is it just saying we saw it on TV and then, because I feel like most Kenyans have this fear, like once they see something they're like, iyo ina wenyewe. But I feel like once you walk to your bank, which is free, and get information, whether you're getting the loan or not, you walk away with that information, and it's not charged. No one has charged you to go and get your information and your facts right, so that the day even you start your business, whether it's years later or you have a partner who has a business, you're able to be a tool of information. Like you know these things. You know, if nimekwama na 50k, yet my business turnover has been 400,000, I can go and show somebody and they can actually give me 50,000 to pay in 4 weeks, or 50,000 to pay in 3 months. And I feel that gives you a head start, and that pushes and fast forwards the process. And I feel most of us should definitely visit our banks and get to know, like, apart from my bank account na ATM card, because I feel like after that sisi wote si uchake like tunaenda. But apart from that, do you have anything that would support me as a person, whether it was business, whether it was I want to save for my kids' school fees. I want to start a trust fund for my children. I want to invest. I want to buy shares. I want to, those things that we were not taught in class, which I totally will have a discussion about this, because our Kenyan system, Maze, failing us every single time, because the education we get is nowhere around the reality outside. Like what we meet outside is like, sorry, but I feel like if in business studies we were actually showed some of these things. Business studies, study business, not just balance the sheets, but where is the money coming from to balance the sheets? How do you handle your money? I feel like this information would be very detrimental to us once we grow up and venture out and know, if I start a barber shop, this is the capital I need. What is my return on investment? Like, will I plunge into a business 100,000 only to collect 2k a month? That doesn't make sense. And I feel like us educating ourselves, regardless of how small your business is, how small your income is, I believe like there's a lot to be learned. If I knew these things back in the day, because I started my career out as a brand ambassador, those girls who do promos, and I used to get like an average of 1,000 bob per day. Trust me, if somebody walked up to me and told me, if you are able to join a circle, you can save. A circle is with a pay bill number. Once you get 8 sock, dedicate 2 sock to your savings. And it might sound stupid, but imagine I wouldn't be here with this, talking about if I wish I knew. Like, I would be very, very far when it comes to saving and just creating that culture in me. But no one was there to tell me that instead of going to Pizza Inn, I enjoy pizza, yes, but instead you can get Pizza Inn and get, instead of buying a pizza of a whole 800 bob, you can sacrifice and get a pizza pie for 250 and take the other 200 or the other 400 to a circle. Imagine that time I was 17, I think 18, and now I'm 25. Like, if somebody had told me saving, imagine multiply that 200, like if every single time I got 1,000 bob, I'd take 200 bob to the circle. Girl, I'd be very far. I'd be somewhere smack in the middle of Runda with sprinklers everywhere, my German Shepherd dogs, my Range Rover, and I'm only saying that if we have the education, and now we are past blaming the education system, because if it doesn't change, there's nothing we're going to do about it. But if you're able to educate yourself, pole, like, learn about circles. What are circles? Because I think most of us think circles ni za watu wazee, chama ni za watu wazee, but there is so much you can do to ensure that your coins multiply, but only you have access to the information in terms of what you earn, how much you're able to save, what are your utilities, what do you really need and what don't you really need. And that's a discussion that is very sensitive. Money is very sensitive, but trust me, most of us are seated on gold mines when it comes to saving, because how accessible our money is an information that is only accessible to us. But if you can be able to explore on options on how to save or multiply that money, imagine how far we would come. Thank you so much for joining me, and I want to show you a flyer. It's back in my room, so I want to get it from my purse. I'll show you how much the flyer is, and if you guys can Google data and any other, whether you bank with any other bank that you bank with, just do yourself a favor. Walk up to your bank, just ask them, apart from banking with you over the counter and my ATM, what other things do you have for me? How can I save my money? And I'm sure there's always going to be a person to advise you. So let me show you the flyer, and then we can have a part 2 of this, because I feel I'm not yet done. Thank you guys. Subscribe. Like my page. I did not say, let me tell you, I failed in math, but I'm not here to do math for you, but I feel like information is the key to everything that we think is for a specific group. Trust me, rich people are rich because they take their time to know more than others. They know where to borrow and how to borrow. They know market shares. They know these small nitty-gritty things that most of us don't take the time to know, and yet the rich get richer while the poor remain stagnant. And I feel It's time to liberate ourselves. It's time to liberate ourselves. So I'll be right back. So subscribe, guys. I'll do a part 2 of this. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so honored to have you. Subscribe. Here we brainstorm. We comment, we tell each other what we know, what we don't know, what worked, what didn't work, and here we are here to support each other. Thank you so much, guys. Cheers.